So what were you guys' previous bands called?
None.
This was the first band I was in, and probably going to be the last.
And how'd you get the name for the band?
At the time, it sounded 78 or so when we started. It sounded like the Clash. It sounded forceful, you know.
Eric's with the Mirage Show.
There were a lot of those one-word bands back then. You know, the Clash, the Buzzcocks.
It's pretty like multi-directional. It's like the nuclear thing, or the nuclear thing.
It was simple to come up with, you know. It's like, and it was a cold day back in Massachusetts when I looked outside and said, "Freeze!" And there it is. And it's like,
And how about first song you guys made?
the first single we ever had was "I Hate Tourists," which we put out ourselves, and the money and drugs that our manager was sold in high school. We were still in high school. That's up to you. I did.
And who recorded your guys' music and who did the artwork?
What day?
Yeah. We have like about 10 things out of it. You know, so we have a new single. The artwork. Different people. I mean, Edward Gorey is probably the most famous. We had our last full length back when he was still alive. No, he did it after we died. He after we died.
Right.
And who did your guys' music videos? Who filmed them?
We only did one music. Well, I mean, besides just the live shit shot and fucking cameras. The one video we did, MTV was going to play, but it was for a song called Powder Rock and Pills. And they were going to play it around 120 minutes if we changed the name to something less drug related, and we said no, he ain't going to censor us. You know, it was right around the time when, actually it's funny too, because right around the time when the Kennedys had just released MTV Get Off the Air or something. Yeah. So it's like, you know, like, it was big.
And our song is offensive?
You know, they didn't play that, but I mean, like,
Right.
but you know, it's like I refused to change the name, and they never touched us again. So we never made any more videos for any reason. You know.
And how you feel about current punk rock versus when you were growing up?
As long as the same angst is there, as long as the same awareness is there, and as long as the same rebellious is there, it's the same thing. You know? I mean, how do I feel about it?
I feel lucky.
Yeah, I feel luckier.
As you should.
I just wish I had a way to like listen to more bands. You know, like back then I used to like successfully shoplift anything I wanted to get. You know, now I've kind of given that up, sadly.
It's nothing worth the effort.
And how about worst song you guys ever heard?
This song we've Jesus. You talking in the punk genre, or you talking outside?
Just in general.
Anything by Justin Bieber.
I don't even wouldn't know him if I wouldn't have heard him.
Of stuff I've heard, I mean, Tears of the Clown has always stuck out as
embarrassing songs. Like I used to like Queen, and then Fat Bottom Girls comes out. I mean, what a fucking ridiculous fucking, yeah, horrendous.
Raping Rock and Killing Roll.
Right up there with Miley Cyrus.
And do you think people will always collect antiques, or will that go away like a passing trend? And what trends will live and what trends will die?
Let's see. I think people will always vote stupidly in elections. The majority of them. And I don't think that's a trend. I think that's here to stay.
All trends will die, basically.
You know, everything's like in cycles. It's like, you know, whatever drug is trending at the time will fade out, and then it will come back. And why do I turn things to drugs all the time?
It's just the way you're programmed.
I don't understand that. You know, well, you know, a grilled cheese sandwich is always going to be a grilled cheese sandwich. You know, and I don't think that's ever going to go out of style. You know?
Yeah.
A salad is a salad. I don't care, you know, how they want to like, you know, mix it up with whatever.
Shandy sent me a good look.
Will you join this conversation over here?
What conversation?
Ask that guy that question because I kind of meander back into the same like.
As far as what, trends?
Yes. What trends was played out?
It's not, you can't even look at trends the same way anymore because technology's made it to where they're so much faster. People's attention span is 5 seconds, so, you know, you can't even judge trend the same way anymore. Because it never lasts long enough to be considered a trend, really.
What define trend?
Yeah, trend has become obsolete.
I guess corporate popularity. I mean, how would you put it? The trend can only be started when people are overdoing something. It's blowing up. You know, whatever you want to call it.
Do you think people are overdoing payphones?
I wish anything
Because
that
now there aren't any. There ain't none left. You know.
It's
Was that
one
a
of
trend? Was
it's
that
one
a
of those
trend?
questions I've thought about a lot.
Was that a trend?
anything that ever went viral
Should be a trend. People thought punk rock was just going to be a trend. You know, here it is. Still.
with less than a trend now.
Here we are. Here we are with a band even older than us. It is one.
And what was the first CD you guys ever got and first live show you went to?
First, punk or otherwise?
Just in general.
First live show I ever saw was I was 16 and I went to see The Who. And Keith Mooney just died though. It was the first tour with the guy.
First tour with Kenny Jones.
Yeah. What was the?
My first was Jeff Beck. My dad took me to Jeff Beck when I was like 8 years old, Blow by Blow tour.
Oh yeah, well that's earlier than the Who were you, isn't it?
Yeah, it was probably
76, 77. Yeah,
About the same
thing,
time.
First CD, first album or CD?
Yeah, CD.
CD. I don't remember the transition. I don't remember the transition. I remember the transition, but I don't remember like with the long boxes when they came out. The CDs were in the long box. How they weren't source tagging them at that point with alarm tags. And if you wore the right jacket and like a loose.
It's a shoplifting story.
Well, all right, I was able to fit 4 here.
Jokes are crime.
4 here. First, you just cut the tag off the back. You wrap a razor blade in the Band-Aid, okay? That way, like, it doesn't look odd sitting in your hand. And then you just cut the alarm tag off the back. Not in a mom and pop store or anything like that. You steal from corporate entities, obviously. I was able to fit 4 here, 4 here, and 4 in the back. And so, you know, we take a trip from where we lived in Cape Cod to Boston, and we timed it so we hit the first shift on the way up, and a different shift of people on the way back. So you'd hit stores twice, and the people, they wouldn't have recognized us from the first time. So at each record store we'd hit, CD stores, after whatever, I was able to steal 12, 24 per day from each store. So, and there were 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. When was the first one? There was no first one. There was at least 12.
First dozen.
It was 12 at the first time. I don't remember what they were.
But he asked that you bought. See, that was
Did you say bought?
Oh, just got. I mean, that's all.
Bought.
The first CD I got was Rush. I don't even remember the name of the album, but I had that CD for like 2 years before I actually got a CD player. You know, that was fun.
That's an excellent story.
You like that?
Well, yeah.
It's called a short.
But it didn't lead into drugs or theft. I mean, I can't appreciate it.
And do you guys have any unreleased songs?
Unreleased songs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We do?
absolutely. All the ones we haven't written yet. plus the ones that I recorded on 4-track that we never recorded. And I still got them.
Actually, yeah, we do. We do. Yeah.
And how do you guys feel about factory farming and sweatshops?
I'm all for it.
He works in both.
That's my only chance for employment or purchase. Anything that's, you know.
No,
Factory farming is about as evil as it gets.
yeah.
I'm all for the puppy mills. you know, testing on rabbits.
I have the Reggie,
No, of course that's not true. I'm just being smart
and
at.
I have the Squawker with
So
the
you're a
salad.
dumbass.
Yeah, that's closer to the truth.
How come I didn't get it? No, honestly, like, after reading Peter Singer's Animal Liberation book back in the mid '80s, so right after it came out, I switched over to vegetarian. But at that point, they didn't have anything, made out of soy or anything like that. It was basically a salad, or go to a Chinese restaurant and order vegetables. I just couldn't live like that. So I started eating chicken and fish, but I haven't eaten red meat or pork since like 1985. And as far as factory farming goes, it's cool. As far as the whole thing with animals go, if something wants to live, you hunt it down and kill it because you don't think it tastes good. There's something evil about that to me. And it's like, I'm not like that at all. Matter of fact, I put on a couple of benefit shows back in Boston called Money for Guns, where I got in touch with the head of the U.S. Humane Society. He put me in touch with the head of the Kenyan Anti-Poaching Patrol. And, at that point, the poachers were killing more animals and more of the anti-poaching patrols than the anti-poaching patrols were able to control the poachers. So, I mean, the couple $1,000, at least I helped raise, went straight to to arming the anti-poaching patrols. And at that point, I had decided that, like, who would I rather see live? What would I rather see live? One of the last 5,000 rhinoceros, an elephant, a chimpanzee, or a fucking asshole sitting there ready to fucking shoot, fucking machine gun a fucking motherfucking chimp out of a tree to get the baby to experiment on. We're only like 25% of them even make it over here alive in the jungles. Gravity being what it is, you shoot a chimp out of a tree. Mother chimp. I was reading about this. Gravity, shoot out of a tree, the baby clings to the mother's back, and they want the baby for the first 9 months or something. And gravity being what it is, it's like 50% of the time the mother will fall on the baby, kill the fucking baby out of the tree. And then so there's half the baby chimps gone right there. Chimps being a social group, they're social animals. The whole group will come out to try to protect the one under attack, and they have to machine gun the fucking group down, all for that baby. And then half those babies die on the way over here just to be fucking tested on and test they can do on computers anyway. Just one company has to do it. Just to, well, yeah, it's fucking yeah.
What makes them so subhuman?
I mean, you can see an animal that's enjoying its life. Why not just let it fucking live? It's like I don't go off on that. I don't preach on that. But it really pisses me off. It pisses me off the way we fucking have domesticated dogs, cats, whatever, and then we fucking don't give a shit once we do. It's like it wasn't their choice to be domesticated; they were forcefully domesticated. And then fucking, Arpaio with his fucking pro fucking animals, pro pet stance, fucking what are there, 6 million fucking cats put down a year here or something?
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. And I mean, yes, I'm all for the no-kill shelters and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm behind anything that's pro-animal. And as far as vegan goes, don't get me going on that, because there's no way to fucking be a vegan. I'm sorry, there's no way to be a complete vegan. We had a German driver over in Europe that was just he wouldn't park in a fucking McDonald's parking lot. Oh, McMurder. Yeah, wonderful. You make your living off of fucking
Walker.
you make your living off of fucking dead animal parts.
Philly?
This animal.
And then are you waiting on the Reggie?
Yes.
Okay, it'll just be about 2 to 3 minutes.
That's okay. I'll just eat what I have.
We'll have some of this.
This fucking dead animal eating this fucking son of a bitch. I should have been vegan, right? There's animal oil in car tires. So it's and you're making your fucking living off fucking dead animals. You're fucking stop preaching. There's no way to be a complete vegan. I mean, accidentally you're gonna fight. You're gonna not be, even not consciously. But there's no way to be that. Not today's society. Not today over here. Believe me, I applaud the effort. But go vegetarian is what you're a lot more able to maintain that.
And when it comes to politics, who do you want to be the president?
That's easy.
Him. You mean as far as like who in the race now, or like who? I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind seeing. I always liked Ron Paul.
He's not in it anymore.
Yeah, I know he's not.
I'm voting for the Nuge.
Yeah.
My conscience won't let me vote for anybody except Bernie.
Yeah. Bernie's he's the best candidate, but when
Like him or not, he doesn't flip-flop. Like him or not, he's been saying the same shit for 40 years.
no, but if it
So
comes
you either
down,
like his policy or you don't, but you can't fault him for being dishonest.
say it comes down to like a Hillary Clinton Trump ticket.
Jesus.
You're gonna vote for Jesus?
Yeah.
At that point, barely Hillary's the lesser of two evils. But
Yeah,
not
no,
by
I
much.
agree on
But
that.
not by much.
Yeah. Although Trump would be entertaining.
Entertaining. Well, it might be a necessary evil.
Entertaining from like across.
As much as Trump offends people, I kind of think it's a necessary evil to really put a mirror to millions of people in this country that feel the way it feels. It could just be the start of a 3 or 4 party system, but we're witnessing it.
Actually, yeah, it could be the destruction of the Republican Party.
It really could. It really could, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
Right.
Of course it's not. To fucking break up the two-party system would be wonderful.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
It'd be a miracle. Yeah.
So maybe it's a necessary evil. He offends a bunch of people, we don't like what he says, but maybe by allowing him to say it, the end result is a plus.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's kind of the way I look at it. I don't agree with what he says, but who knows? It might just be a good thing at the end of the day.
Right?
And do you think an alien or zombie apocalypse will ever happen?
It already seems to have happened mentally with the fucking people in this country.
Yeah. 90% of the people that inhabit the planet are the ones that
We only get apocalypse, define apocalypse.
I mean, like the end of the world.
The end of the world's gonna happen someday. I don't know. I think we're gonna be our own fucking. We're gonna be our own, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna end up doing something. I don't think we need any outside intervention to have it happen.
And do you think cloning exists?
I think cloning exists.
Yeah.
I think we've cloned human beings already.
Yeah.
Probably.
And do you think it would be possible to play shows underwater on flying platforms?
We're getting out in the left field on this, but that's okay though, because I can follow that, you know.
Yeah.
And yes,
trying to think of
no, I'm gonna go with a yes on that. Yeah, sure.
And how about weirdest fan gift you guys ever got?
Weirdest band gift?
Fan gift, like a fan gave you it and it was a gift.
Sorry about that. Wait.
That's okay. Probably their praise.
How's it taste? Good?
And how about first local band you saw and first band shirt you got?
The Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time we went to Boston, we was for a show, and it was with the Elvis. So it's like, yeah.
I think it would, for me, it would have to be a free show. That was probably the first like local band show I ever had.
Yeah.